Hi! How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. We're here to the end of the week. It's good. It's time for our breakfast of the week. And as we're finishing off Irish week, we are doing an Irish breakfast hash. Let's get to it. It's time for another episode of Cooking with Kaitlin. That's me. Enjoy! So before we prep anything else, you'll see we've got 3 strips of bacon cooking. If we'd had any corned beef left over, we'd be using that. But y'all have heard me talk about my husband like there was going to be any corned beef left over. So we're going to cook that bacon up. If you have corned beef, you can absolutely use that instead. We just didn't have any, so we're going with bacon. And that's good too. All right, actually I'm going to do the potatoes because I'll wind up needing to put those in first. So you're just kind of dicing into your preferred size. It's less about what the actual size is and more about how consistent they are, so they all get cooked through the same way. So we're just doing that. Alrighty. And that's, I'm not going to use that little piece. Just any of those little kind of marked up pieces, just chop them off and deal with that a little later. Alright. Then I'm just going to quarter the slices. Just make them to good, kind of nice bite-sized pieces for us, see? And I'm just using 1 potato because this is just a one-time breakfast for us. And there's just the 2 of us eating it. So if you had more people eating on this, then you would want to do probably like half a potato per person. Would be kind of a good rule of thumb for it. Alright, so get that. A little bit of leftover carrot that we didn't wind up using in other kind of just salads and whatnot for the week. Or just eating them as carrot sticks. Actually, he probably would eat them if I left them. But I was like, I've got them and let's toss it. Let's make this hash a little more colorful. A little more veggie-rific. So we're just dicing them up. Same rule of thumb there. So we're just going to get our little carrots over there. Be quite tasty. It is our Irish hash. We had that last little bit of cabbage we hadn't used. So see, we've gotten to use, okay, you're on my finger. Gotten to use our cabbage in 3 recipes this week. So that really was a good use of 1 head of cabbage. So that's nice. I'm just going to dice this up. I'm probably going to have this be kind of the smallest of everything I'm chopping up, just to go around with it. Okay. So there we go. Sit tight. I'm just going to, hearing the bacon sizzle, just checking it. Smells so delicious. Could also be using sausage if you had some. If you didn't have that or you didn't have any corned beef left. Alright, and I know this is a huge amount of onion. We are not actually using all this because we will use onion in many other things. So I'm just going to take maybe another bit of it. So it probably winds up being about 1/5 of the onion. This is a very large onion. So it's probably closer to what would be 1/4 or 1/3 of kind of your average size onion. Again, we're just chopping it to our kind of desired size. Just getting that in there. All right. So just however much size you want with it. And if you have other veggies that you think will go well with this, a different kind of potato or anything like that, absolutely feel free to use that. It's just what we're doing. All right, I'm going to have you guys hang tight for a sec. All right, just removed the bacon because it crisped up. And now I'm going to add the potatoes in because we want them to get tender-ish. And if you needed to add some oil, if there wasn't a lot of grease or what have you, depending on your meat, you can add in some olive oil as needed. Also adding in our onions. We will add the other veggies in a little bit, but you always start with your potatoes and your onions first. Oh, it smells good. Alright, we're just going to cover those for a couple minutes, then check back. Alright, they've been going for a couple minutes, and we flipped them over, and y'all, onions and bacon grease with a little bit of potato, like, you literally need nothing else in this world but that smell. That is the most amazing thing. So now we're adding our cabbage and our carrots. Again, if it's ever looking just a little too dry, go ahead and add some olive oil. I'm going to be adding some salt and pepper. Bacon grease is good, but we just want a little bit more seasoning. You just kind of season to taste with that. Y'all already know the other thing I am likely to get and put in here, which I already know I just want. That's the missing scent. Just know it. Just know you need a little garlic. See, still a little. Still just a smidge more. Because why not? And I should mention I drained the bacon. I've also crumbled it some. You don't have to crumble it as finely as you do for certain recipes. Kind of like the rest of it to the size you want for your bites. We're going to let the carrots and the cabbage kind of saute and tender up here for a couple minutes. And we will check back. Alright, so now it's getting good and everything's crisping up. Gonna add our bacon back. We took it out because we did not want it to burn. We don't want it to be cold either. Get it all reheated in there with everything. And we're just gonna make 2 spots. Yeah, like so. Maybe kind of negotiate a little more evenness with it. And since it's just for the two of us, we're just going to put 2 eggs in there. Crack one in. And crack the other in. And actually going to lower the heat a little. And we're just going to let that cook up for a couple of minutes. And then we'll check back. Alright. Now, these are obviously more in the hard boil, or well, they got the runny yolks, whatever, like fried egg. That's there. They're like a fried egg. Alright, but there it is. Goyama, Aaron Gobra. Catch you later.